I have never made kimchi before, and I decided I really love the stuff, and I should try making it on my own. So I looked up a bunch of videos and found some grandma's way of making kimchi. I don't have all of the correct things per the course, par for the course for me in my household, but I went over to the store. I got some Napa cabbage. I got all of the ingredients that I needed. They said to cut it in half because you want the outside to ferment more than the inside. So the external parts are going to be sitting in water, and we're going to coat this with salt so that we get a nice good brine going. And we're going to make some salt water, and then we'll start fermenting that for a couple hours before we go to the next step. So first it said to salt the cabbage, so we're going to throw these in here. Man, this bowl is not going to be big enough, is it? Maybe I need something bigger. You fit one in each. All right, we're going to do this differently. Oh, my cabbage did not fit in the jar, so we're going to have to cut this up a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it crosswise. I looked at a different recipe. It said to do this. So this is what we're doing. And then rid of the stem. Cut it down the side. Seems like a lot of cabbage to me, so I may end up using 2 different bowls for this, but let's shift it over. Well, we're just gonna go with the flow on this one, all right? Because I really want this to work. So, cabbage in the bowl. Clean sink, it's fine. All of this is gonna get washed off later. Cabbage in the bowl. One of the recipes said that you could get rid of this stuff. I feel like it's just fluff at the moment, so put it to the side so I have some room to work in here. Well, that looks good enough. All right, we're gonna salt this like crazy. It said for the one cabbage that at 2 pounds, you want a half a cup of salt. This one happened to be 3 pounds, so we're gonna start with a half and build from there. Half a cup is a lot more than I would have put in on my own, so I'm glad that I read the recipe. Massage the salt into the cabbage. The cabbage should start sweating on its own. And we'll get a little brine from that sweat. I can already feel it starting to sweat, so that's a good sign. The rest of this salt in here. It's definitely getting softer. It's easier to more pliable, a little bit more mobile. Shrunk down a bit as well. We can put the rest of that back in. I'm not trying to lose any of this because I really do enjoy kimchi a lot. So we're going to make a lot of it, as much as this will make. Now that the salt has been integrated, the cabbage is starting to sweat and it's a little soft, we're going to add distilled water. It said that chlorine can stop the fermentation process, so I'm going to use distilled, and it said to put enough in here to just cover the cabbage. So I'm guessing go pretty close to the full thing. All right. Mixing that up a little bit to make the brine. And we want that to stay underwater. I'm going to put it to the side, and that needs to sit and soak up the water for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. 2 hours later. Let's start over here. We are going to wash this really thoroughly. Actually, it says to wash it. But, ah! One more time. Okay. That should be good and rinsed. Got all the salt off of it. I'm going to put it to the side and let that continue draining for about 10 to 15 minutes. And while I do that, we're going to make our sauce. So I forgot to grab fresh ginger. I thought I had some here. It says about 1 tablespoon of fresh ginger. Because I'm using ginger powder, I'm going to do about 1.5 tablespoons, maybe a little bit more. Just going to double check. Well, I'm glad I double checked because it said 1 teaspoon, not 1 tablespoon of ginger. So we're going to do about 1.5 teaspoons of ginger. Ginger, 1 teaspoon granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of fish sauce, which I just got a brand new one, so gotta open still. One 2 tablespoons fish sauce. Said, depending on your spice level, 1 to 5 tablespoons of a specific type of chili powder. I don't have that. I figure this is chili garlic. It's from the same region. Should work. So I'm going to do about 2.5 of those. Okay. I don't know that that's going to be enough. Oh. This was for 2 pounds. Excuse me. And I made 3 pounds. So I'm going to add a bit more of each. About another half. Fresh chili paste. And it tastes just about like it smells. Alright, good thing we're going to let that sit for a week before we eat it. Let it ferment. But there's our slurry paste we're going to throw the cabbage into. And let's chop up some veggies. I was not able to find daikon. Like I said, I never have all the right ingredients, but we'll make it work. I'm going to use regular radishes. Pick off the leaves and the roots. Get rid of those. I find having them cut in half like this makes it easier to get those thin slices that I'm looking for. I want this to spread throughout all of it. The recipe that I looked at said 8 ounces. Just because I'm curious, I'm not going to take any out or add any because that's all I have. But just because I'm curious, let's see how many ounces this is. We got close. About 6 ounces here. That'll work for me. And then also because I know that I like it, I'm going to add in a couple of carrots. I'm going to start with one. All right. that'll do for those. I think it's been about 20 minutes. I think it's been about 10 minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and speed this process along. Just squeeze the juices out of this. I wish you could see how much is coming out of this thing. All right, juices are out. Just breaking it apart because I want to get that sauce on every part of this. Now it did say if you have cuts on your hand or anything, you might want to wear gloves for this part. I don't have gloves, so we're just gonna mix this in real good and hope that I don't have any cuts. Oh my goodness! I almost forgot. I want some of these in there. I also didn't put any onion in here like I was going to, but that's okay. I think it's just gonna be just fine like this. Okay, that's all nice and mixed in. Because I don't throw anything away, I have this old olive jar, and now we just stuff it in the jar. Now, I may have squeezed out too much of the liquid. There is supposed to be some brine coming out of this. There it is. Said to leave about an inch at the top, maybe a little less, but I think that's good. So, I'm gonna clean off the rim here. If there was not enough brine, I would have covered it with a little bit of water. So we're looking at that. Close that up. So now we've got uh, our kimchi all jarred and ready to ferment. And I'm just going to leave this closed with a bowl or a plate underneath it to catch any overflow if it should spill out. It says to watch for bubbles. There will likely be bubbles that come up in there. That's part of the fermentation process. But we're just going to pop the lid once a day for the next 5 days, push down on the kimchi, make sure that it's staying underneath the brine, and then we'll see in a few days how it tastes. Oops, I forgot to put the plate on. Here is our kimchi after 1 day. I'm gonna have to open it. Just burp this thing. Push it down. Yep, we're gonna lose some juices here. Make sure the juices stay on top. Close it back up. We're gonna leave it for another day or two. Another couple of days. Okay, it's been 36 hours and I am about to have my first taste test of this kimchi. I'm super excited. It's looking really good. I'm not sure what to expect right now. So kind of scared because I've never made kimchi before, but here we go. I don't know why I'm blowing on it. It's not hot. It's definitely starting to taste like kimchi. I can tell that it's early stages, so I'm definitely gonna leave it out for a couple more days. This is really good, even just like this. So excited. Today is day 3 of making kimchi, and I'm gonna just check it, allow it to burp a little bit, get the gases out of there, and then, as always, we're gonna push down, make sure that's really good and under the liquids. So it needs to stay under all those good juices. And then, of course, because I am a curious one, I want to see how these top bits are coming along. Getting better every day. Ooh, there's a little bit of spice coming through now. I think it's getting there. I'm still gonna push down real good. Make sure those liquids are covering the top. Close it back up and we're gonna leave it for another day. While we're waiting for things to cook. This kimchi really did turn out fantastic. Oh my god. This is so good. I'm gonna have to make it again soon. I've already eaten like 3/4 of this. So definitely gonna have to do it again.